the operating room, haha, about to become a mother, which hadn't sunken in yet because that wasn't supposed to happen for another 2 months, you know. They pulled up the blue sheet and asked Adam to come in the room. He was quite interested in the process of the surgery and everything, so I had to ask him to sit and be there for me. And I don't mean that in a bad way. That's what I wrote. Because, he just was excited, I think. They started cutting me open, and I felt a lot of pressure on my pelvic bone. The pressure was a lot lower than I thought it would be, too. Like on my pelvic, like the hip bones and stuff, there was more to the sides, and a lot lower than I thought it would be. I started to get scared and then started crying a little. Adam held my hand. He told me her head was out, and then he said she was all the way out. It happened very fast. She started crying right away, and I just lost it. I didn't know what I would do when I heard her for the first time, but it really was a relief when she started crying, so I just let it go too. Adam watched them dry her off and swaddle her. Adam took a picture as they brought her over to me. I got to hold her little hand and kiss her on the forehead before they took her to the NICU. It was a great moment. The picture that Adam took is the only hospital picture we have, but even if they had taken another picture of her, I probably wouldn't have liked it as much as the one he took. And I'll find it. I'll probably put some pictures at the end of this video, but it's a great picture. They started stitching me up. It didn't take too long. I was out of it, of course, though. Then I had to cross my arms again. They put me under the stretcher, rolled me to the recovery room. It was there that I puked for a little bit because I had Rice Krispies. But they wiped my mouth and got out of my hair and gave me a push of drugs to help with the vomiting. I felt better after that. I was covered with warm blankets and started having the shakes. I was supposed to go with it so my muscles wouldn't be sore. I think I did okay with that because I'm not too sore in my neck muscles today. So that was, Grandparents and friends were here by this point. Adam was able to go out and greet them. I was laying in recovery, and everyone got to see her. Haha. You may think that stinks, but at the same time, I really didn't know what was going on. After I spent an hour and a half in recovery, they took me back to my initial room. I scooted over to the bed, which now had fresh linens. And, after being there for a few days, that's wonderful. I was basically there the rest of the day. Layla is crying, so I'm going to go take care of that. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So, where was I? Okay. So I had those fresh linens, and I was very happy about that. Adam talked to everyone and made sure that I only had a couple of visitors at a time. They all went out for a celebratory lunch/dinner to Outback, and yes, I was jealous, but I got to sleep most of the day, and I was out of it, and I'm glad that Adam got to get out. The epidural kept me from being in too much pain. They put me back on the magnesium drip to my blood pressure to go back down. It took until about lunchtime on Monday for it to be consistently in a better range. It kind of dropped low when I stood up this morning. I think I wrote this on Monday, I guess. So it made me lightheaded, but I was determined to brush my teeth. I don't know what it was, but I had never been in the hospital for an extended amount of time before, and I did not like the fact that I couldn't take a shower or brush my teeth like I would want to normally. Ugh, I felt gross, but okay. Then I'm gonna go back to the top page, and so this is what I wrote. I said, she's here, a little girl was born on May 31st, 2009. At 10:07 a.m., she was 4 pounds and 1 ounce and 16.5 inches long. She never needed a ventilator, just a little bit of oxygen to keep her lungs inflated and comfortable. We aren't trying to reach a certain weight as a goal, but she has to accomplish 3 tasks. Breathing without any assistance, which comes with low maturity. When I said it's a good thing that I was able to get in 2 steroid shots before she was born to help with that. 2 sucking and 3 swallowing. So breathing, sucking, swallowing. The breathing thing came within a couple days, but the sucking and swallowing she had to learn. Again, I had her at 32 weeks and 2 days. So she was 8 weeks early. The next paragraph I talk about breastfeeding, but really quick, I did start breastfeeding. I breastfed her for a few days as far as like pumping goes and stuff because, you know, she was hooked up on some stuff and whatever. And I did that for a little while, but then in my next video I'll talk about the hospital stay, and with all that stress, I wasn't able to produce any milk, and so I had to stop breastfeeding. I did it for a while though, and I don't feel bad about that. And if anybody tries to make me feel bad about it, I'm just going to delete your comments because I've dealt with it and I don't need it. I would have loved to have been able to, but I wasn't able to. And that happens to some people. That's just the way it is. So that is what happened. That's when she was born. She was born Sunday morning. And I was in the hospital until that Thursday, the 4th of June, and it took a few days to get me stabilized. I'm on medication now to keep my blood pressure under control like I was before I got pregnant. And with future babies, I can guarantee you that I will be on blood pressure medicine the entire time I'm pregnant, and I will insist on it. So that's the birth story, and I will put some pictures on after this. A few pictures on a slide so you can see how swollen I was and miserable. So you have to love me forever because I'm giving you pictures of me looking god-awful. So anyway, my next video will be about the hospital stay. Okay? Thanks, guys.